They were actually serving chicken chow mein at the concession stand. Now, if only they would eat it the proper way, we might have had a new trend called Cowboys and Chopsticks. Number 4, Upton at Kaycee, first quarter. Upton wearing the blue. Sophie Claycomb knows you got to start somewhere, and a medium-range jumper is not a bad start. That would put her team on the board first, up 2-0. The opposition would briefly go ahead, but it did not stay that way for long. Claycomb will strike again. That was part of a 14-point game for the senior, and the Lady Bobcats go back on top by a score of 6-5. Kaycee had their own ways to get points. Ashley Tejo has an open path down the lane. Her teammates feed her the ball, and she feeds her team 2 points. The lead would swing into their favor, ahead 9-7. The Lady Bucks were pushing the tempo. Here's a 2-on-1 fast break. Miranda Coe will juke a defender, and now no one is going to stop her from getting a basket. A good start so far. The score is now 11-7. The visitors would find themselves down 6, but no worries, it's still the first quarter. Bailey Parrish thought about long range, then decided getting a little closer would help her chances. It worked that time, though her team trails 11-9. Kaycee was playing some tough defense and would turn it into offensive opportunities. Dakota Windsor anticipated the pass, and now we are going the other way. She will get the basket at the right side hoop, and now it's a 15-9 contest. Time is running short, and Upton needed to figure something out. Clover Roden had to take the shot, and she will get the friendly bounce and the drop at the buzzer for 3. It's funny what can happen when you are up against the clock. Her squad was only down 15-14 after the first 8 minutes. Second quarter, the Lady Bucks were doing a good job of working the ball inside. Laurie Foley was open, and the defense got to her too late, and she would score to make this a 17-14 contest. And as mentioned earlier, they were pressing ahead. Here's another fast break. Windsor will win the race and get the reward at the far side hoop. Now it's a 5-point game with the scoreboard reading 19-14. They had the teamwork thing going for them too. This is Windsor to Foley to Coe, and everyone on the home team was on the same page. It's still a 5-point advantage at 21-16. The Lady Bobcats then took a page out of their opponent's playbook, sort of. Kiara Brown with a catch and shoot, and it worked. That would put them within striking distance, trailing 21-18. They were toughing it out, and it was producing results. Claycomb is going to get through 2 defenders and finds a way to keep things close. Her squad is still down 23-20. Kaycee had other players that they would use just in case the defense had them figured out. Windsor was triple teamed in the paint, but Kyla Christensen was not. That's what you have to do, find the open person. The lead is at its biggest. Now it's 29-20. Then the visitors would get to work. That was enough. Here's Claycomb from roughly 16 feet, and she will can that jumper. She was a first-half threat, and that made the score 29-22. Upton was scoring in a hurry ahead of halftime. Claycomb again is on the run and gets the bucket after a few bounces on the rim. The score was getting closer at 29-25. But this highlight is not over. Off camera, we got a backcourt steal. Lorana Roden is bringing it back, and she will put in 2 points for the cause. And the Lady Bobcats are right back in this game, trailing 29-27 going into the locker room. Third quarter, it got down to a 1-point game, and the Lady Bucks had to fight to maintain their advantage. Foley had a double-digit game herself with 11 points. Her team would take what they could get, ahead 31-28. The visitors would get those 2 back. Lorana Roden scored 10, and now was a good time to get part of that total. They were hanging around, trailing 31-30, which was okay for now. The home team needed to do something to get the opposition off their back. Windsor has an idea, and it was a good one. 3 points. Her actions would open up a little bit of breathing room and give her squad a 34-30 advantage. There was not a whole lot of scoring in this quarter, but Kaycee did a better job of making the most of it. No good on the 3, but Kelly Largent will grab the offensive rebound and get the 2. They will take it, and a 39-32 lead going into the final 8 minutes. Fourth quarter, a game can be won or lost here, and Upton would take the necessary steps to win. Nice moves by Grace Roden to get around her defender, and the lane is wide open. Her team is down 39-34. The Roden girls were fueling the comeback. Lorana from roughly 18 feet, and she will find nothing but the bottom of the net on this shot, and 2 more points. They were getting closer, trailing 39-36. The Lady Bobcats then got someone new in on the scoring. Jakayla Dowdy will stop, pop, and hit. That was part of a 12-zip run, and the lead would change hands with the scoreboard reading 44-39. The Lady Bucks needed some points. This was the wrong time to be in a drought. It's been 6 minutes plus. Co finally gets a much-needed basket, and there is still a little bit of time despite being down 45-41. The home team would briefly find their stride. Teja is going to get the finish on the fast break for 2 more to make it 45-43, but this highlight and the previous one were the only points that they scored the entire quarter. Nothing in the last 1 minute, 24 seconds. The game went into free throw mode from there, and the visitors were just fine with that. Claycomb would help seal the deal. The fourth quarter was the difference maker. Upton uses it to win this game 50-43.